Why is all of this important? It's important because your gasoline prices, our gasoline prices, what's the average here? $3.10 I saw. By the way, I love coming into Iowa. I've come into Iowa in 9 different states. I've landed in Illinois, Minneapolis, Omaha. You are in the center of everything. And what I wanted to say there is, today our energy supply is controlled by OPEC. These are mainly Arab countries, including Venezuela and others, that are not our friends. And if they try to use the oil supply when 65% of our oil is imported, 65%, then prices are going to go up. Our economy is going to go haywire. And we are basically hamstrung in terms of our national security. So reducing that dependence from 65 to 10 in 10 years is critically important. We can do that. I like to think big. My hero was John F. Kennedy. You remember what he said. He said 2 things that always stuck in my mind. We're going to the moon in 10 years, and we did. It was a big idea. Big idea at the time. We don't do that anymore. The second thing he said is that we as a country should start thinking about the country rather than just about ourselves. And we ought to band together and find a way to make sure that we are together on these goals. And here's where you play a role. I'm going to say something that is not very popular with my consultants. This is my consultant. Actually, I only have one. You know, I don't have bands of Secret Service. I have one. I have Iowa Kids as my advance. We got lost. No, I'm just kidding. Is this. I'm going to ask you, as part of this effort to become green, to sacrifice a little bit. I am. What does that mean? That means I'm going to say to you, okay, Iowans, okay, Americans, we got to be a little more energy efficient. I'm not going to ask you to wear a sweater, shut down the air conditioning. I'm going to say, you know, in your daily lives, just be a little bit more energy efficient with appliances, with your transportation, with the ability to use air conditioning, washing machines, and lighting more efficient. You know, maybe look at vehicles that are consistent with the size of your family, but also are fuel efficient. And I believe that's the only way we're going to make this huge, huge national security effort to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and become energy independent. Because again, as I say to you, 65% is controlled by sources that are not our friends. And a key part of this is transportation. The fuels that move our vehicles and our light trucks. And here's where biodiesel and biofuels and ethanol and their production and their development, and it's not just corn-based, it's cellulose-based, it's the whole range. This is why I don't like cellulose fighting corn. Can make a difference in our society. And why it is important here to Iowa, because you can be the center of ethanol and biodiesel and biofuels. You already are, and that'll be new jobs, high-wage jobs, so that kids here in Iowa stay in Iowa and don't have to leave to get higher wage jobs outside of the state.